These are the reasons why I think you should wear your nicest clothes every day, if, of course, you want to. I don't like to use the word should very much. I think there are very few things we truly should do, but I feel that in this context, the word can actually be empowering. We sometimes hear in life about using our nicest things. That candle tucked away in the cupboard for a hypothetical special occasion down the line, or the crockery that only comes out every 10 years for a fancy party. But I believe this philosophy of using our nicest things extends into wearing our nicest things too, and today. And by nicest, I don't mean the most expensive. I mean the most significant to you. And this is going to be different for everyone. Hi, I'm Vossi, and I'm a daily wearer of historical fashion, and I also hand-stitch any of the clothes that I make for myself. This means that some of the garments I wear every day have taken me hundreds of hours to make. I'm often asked if I feel sad or worried about ruining the clothes that I have sewn for myself by wearing them constantly, mostly because of the sheer time and effort that went into making them. And truth be told, I've always felt fairly relaxed about wearing these labor-intensive garments, but sometimes I did used to have a little apprehension in the back of my mind, especially in my first year of sewing. Whether it was a fear around them getting dirty, or tearing the fabric, or them simply not holding up to the test of time. I'm in my 4th year of sewing at the moment, and I'm pleased to say that for the past couple of years, I actually have had zero concerns about wearing the clothes I make out into the world. And yes, even long-distance hiking, even in nature, and even with an active lifestyle. Sometimes friends even worry for me, and I always remind them that these garments are made to get dirty. Our ancestors worked super hard in these garments, and they traveled all over the world, whether by foot or wagon or horse, and they are designed to be washed and worn to shreds. I theorize that part of the apprehension in a modern context around getting historical garments dirty is that firstly, a lot of people think of historical fashion as fancy upper-class garments, even if subconsciously, because this is what we are persistently being fed by the media and online sources, where there's little to no emphasis on working-class clothes, and the clothes that the vast majority of people actually wore. Likely your ancestors as well, and definitely mine. I also think part of this response comes from the fact that often even working class clothes historically might appear more fancy to a modern eye because a lot of the clothing involves complex layering and skirts or dresses, which are often attached more to contemporary formal events. As much as I adore every garment I've put my love and deep care into making, they have also taught me a lot about non-attachment. Much like the Buddhist monks will spend weeks making these intricate sand designs and then rake them over after they're done, only to start afresh once more, in some ways garments like these are a much milder version of the same concept. They may not disappear right after being completed, but one day they will disappear in one way or another. And so I cherish the time I get to spend with every one of my articles of clothing, or really my art pieces, because they bring me joy, they help me feel more confident, and they serve as an extension of my self-expression. Each garment plays a unique role in a very specific time and place in my life. And yes, I'm going to do my very best to craft high-quality garments and tend to them in a way that is as sustaining as possible, but part of the beauty of being alive is also letting things go when it is their time to go. So I know that one day my favorite Volga Tatar dress or my favorite wrapper will be far too mended and far too threadbare to wear again. And then it'll be time to let it go. Part of what makes life so cherishable is its fleeting nature. And by leaning into a greater acceptance that everything must eventually go, it leads to two things. Firstly, I have far less of a desire to hang on to things for some hypothetical point down the line. And secondly, I have far greater of a desire to truly and deeply cherish that which I do have right now, whether that be my most treasured things, the people I love the most, or even tender and fleeting moments in nature and in life. In reality, the only moment we have is right now to wear the things we love, our nicest things, to connect with the people we love, to indulge in the food we love, to spend time with the nature we love. Not tomorrow, not 10 years from now, and not 30 years from now, not for the right moment. There is only right now, and you deserve to enjoy that garment, or that peaceful moment, or that beautiful set of crockery, and celebrate it all, and yourself now, not somewhere down the line. I always say, the more you treasure it, the more you should connect with it. And the same goes for people. The more you treasure them, the more it becomes important to lean into truly connecting with them. And I know that sometimes the world doesn't make this easy for us. Very often it will actually work directly against us, softening to what's in the present moment and to the people who care most about us. And so I'm not saying any of this to diminish the pain or suffering that is so often a part of being human, which is also exacerbated by the present state of economic structures and careless governments. But rather, I say all of this as a reminder that even within all of the world's chaos, there are at least tiny aspects of beauty to be found in every day. It may be cliche, but we've all heard how often the thing people regret most towards the end of their lives is that they didn't do the things that truly mattered to them sooner, or that they spent so much time focusing on the result that they forgot to be present for the process. I always remind myself that when we only focus on the outcome and not the process, we miss 99% of our lives. And I think that sometimes being present for what matters most is made up of micro moments, small actions day to day, hour to hour that are more in alignment with our hearts. Taking that extra minute to make a truly wonderful cup of tea, lighting a candle at a mealtime just for that extra touch, choosing to wear a garment that you are truly proud of and that you feel connected to, no matter how fancy or nice it is, and even if you're afraid of getting it dirty or tearing the fabric. I'm not going to sit here and tell you to seize the day or something like that, because I don't actually know how helpful that quote is. Instead, I want to encourage you to take a moment of extra time to cherish the small things, which are sometimes the nicest things in life. Like your nicest clothes, these nicest things are made to be loved and worn and utilized and appreciated. So give yourself permission to let them into your life right here and right now. If you'd like to hear about what I think the problem with modern fashion is, which is probably not what you expect, then be sure to watch this video next. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in 2 weeks for another video.